Alright guys, so today I'm gonna be covering the Orie residences. The main thing that I'm gonna do is to analyze the resale right beside Orie residences, which is Gem residences. And if you missed out Trump Park or Emerald of Katong, this is definitely the one to look out for. So stay tuned, alright? Okay, so for the Orie, we'll be expecting the preview to happen maybe the first week or second week of January. So after my analysis, if you find it useful for yourself and you want to go to the preview and you would like me to help you with your purchase, feel free to scan the QR code or press the link below to send me a WhatsApp. Yeah, so I can help you to select the best unit for your purchase. And if today after watching the video you found valuable information or insights for yourself regarding the Orie and Gem residences, feel free to drop me a like and subscribe, alright? It'll help me a lot. Thank you. Okay, so before we start on the Orie, I really have to touch on this topic, okay? So this one is the Emerald of Katong bounced out units. So that's why, I really don't know what Singaporeans thinking. If you buy really without a plan or you overstretch too much, this is what will happen. You will actually have units bounce out. And I really think if today you are going to make a purchase for the upcoming launches, I don't want this to happen to you because this is a lot of money and it's not the way to start off your first investment property or purchase. Okay, so there's a total of 12 units being bounced out for Emerald of Katong, as we see over here. And it's really very nice for the developer because the developer, they never increase the price at all for the 12 units. And sorry to say, if today you haven't put a check prior to the Emerald of Katong's balloting, you cannot ballot for these units. Yeah, so the thing is, for these units, they basically are going to ballot, at 30th of November, which is the upcoming Saturday. Okay, then it will be between 10 to 11 a.m. and then it will be a manual ballot and booking via the booking queue number. So how the sequence of the 12 units are being sold, will be based on the ballot queue number. So for example, ballot queue number 1 will get to choose maybe the, let's say 1 plus study over here. So if they bought this one, then of course queue number 2 then only have the remaining 11 units to choose from, and so on and so forth. So today if you're aiming, let's say the 4 plus study over here, 4 plus study, which is this one, and then queue number 1 person bought it, so we cross it out, and then you have the remaining 11 units, then you will be based on queue number. Yeah, so basically that's it for how it's going to be on Saturday. And to be honest, even if the developer got increased price or never increased price, I'm very sure these 12 units will be completely wiped out on Saturday itself. So if you are looking to steal for a piece of Emerald of Katong, then definitely I wish you all good luck, alright? All the best. Yes, okay, before I forget, so you can see basically all these units, 1.4, 1.7, 1.8 million, even have 2.3, 3 million, 3.7. So all these people, basically they forfeited 1.25%. So if you count it, it will be almost like 10k plus, 20k. Here will be 20 plus k to 30k. And then here you got 30 plus k on, in some even hitting the 40k mark. So that's why today, actually I really think Singapore is very rich. It's like the way that people forfeit this 1.25%. I just feel like you really never thought through what you are actually buying, and I think most of these people that bought really bought through FOMO. You can see actually some of the units, like I can see here, the PSF look really decent one. But why they forfeit? I'm quite sure it's because they overstretch your budget, and then in the end they can't afford it. So I don't want the same thing to happen for those that go and reballot for these remaining units. Remember, don't FOMO and just go for whatever unit you can go, because in the end you are losing so much money. If you really so much money, might as well just give me right? Why you want to waste it like this? I really hope you all don't start off your purchase with a loss, okay? So sorry for these 12 units, previous buyers, that they already lost money on it. But I guess if you forfeit the 1.25%, maybe it's much better than you realize at the end of the entire completion phase, then you don't have enough funds for the remaining 5%. That's even worse. So definitely I don't want you all to end up in that state. Okay, so going back to Emerald of Katong's land bid price versus how much it launched at, you can see the land bid price 1069 PSF per plot ratio, and then it will be averaging about 2621 at the selling day. So today, right, if we just use this simple math calculation, we are looking at about 2.45 times. Okay, so this one is quite interesting. If today we look at the Orie land bid, right, CDL phrases they all right, they bidded for 1360 PSF PPR. So if we use the same exact multiplication, do you think the Orie will actually launch at an average of $3,300 per square feet? Okay, no lah. So I don't think this will be very realistic because, of course, Simlian they got the land quite cheap, I would say, and it was a period where the developers are more cautious Yeah, so I don't think this will actually happen. I don't think Orie is gonna follow the same formula. Okay, so when we look at the land bid price, so break even estimator, right? We are looking at 2305 PSF per plot ratio. So just based on this simple matrix, I'm expecting to be around this range. So I think we will be launching close to $2,700 per square feet range. So I don't think this is out of the ordinary because if you see Trump Park, they're already averaging in the 2,500 range. So being a more central area, RCR, which is nearer to Braddell MRT, and compared to OCR like Lorong Chuan area, definitely I think it will be a very strong target market for this pricing. And you see, right, actually Lorong Chuan area, there isn't that much HDB upgraders over there. But if you compare to Toa Payoh area, there is already a lot of $1 million HDB transactions over there. So I think the target market there might be able to accept this new pricing. Okay, so now we'll go into the Orie project's information. So do bear in mind the information I have right now is limited, but I'll just share with you what I have right now, okay? Okay, so for the unit mix, you see we have between 1 plus study for the smallest unit all the way to 5 bedrooms. So the unit mix between the smaller units will be 60% and 40%. And the smaller 3 bedrooms, right, we actually have 850 square feet 3 bedroom units. And do bear in mind that this is a harmonization project. So you need to add in the aircon latch, all this. Yeah, and if you can see, actually the smallest unit 1 plus study, right, if this is harmonized project, it's actually quite big already because you still need to add in like maybe about 30-40 square feet for the AC latch. And they have quite a range of 2 bedrooms and 3 bedroom layouts, 2 4 bedroom layouts, and 1 5 bedroom layout. Okay, so the Orie is a joint venture between CDL Frasers and Sekisui House. It will be 2 blocks of 40-story buildings with landscape deck, basement car parks, and communal facilities. So I want you to remember it is a basement car park. This will be quite important later on when we compare to Gem Residences, okay? And this is the RCR project, District 12, Lorong 1, Toa Payoh area. And this is a 99 years land area. We are looking at 169,000 square feet and 777 units. So number of parking lots is an estimated 627 lots. Okay, so to orientate you guys a little bit, right, based on the site itself, you see we are surrounded by a couple of HDBs over here. 10-story, 16-story, 4-story, 19-story. Gem Residences, we have up to 38 stories. HDB here, 22 and 12. So overall, we are surrounded by a few blocks of HDBs and then also Gem Residences nearby. Okay, so at least you know, let's say the bottom here, the moment you clear like a 5th floor range or even 20th floor range for the direct view here, right, then at least it's a complete unblocked view already. So same thing here. The moment you clear 12th floor, you know that you'll be unblocked view. So at least it gives you a sensing of what the developer is going to price certain facing, certain stacks, which floor will have the premium. So this is something that you need to know because developer will be using this as a guide to do the price jump per floor. Okay, so this is the 40th floor for the southern side for the Orie. So you can see over here, basically the site plan, right, it will be towards the HDB 20th floor, that side. Okay, then this is the view lah. Yeah, they took a drone shot of this. Okay, and then this is the northern side one. So this is towards the secondary school, that side. And if you see based on the site plan, it will be towards here lah, towards Bishan and Ang Mo Kio side. Yeah, and this is the view from the 40th floor. Okay, so now I'll be covering on the development and the site plan itself. So based on this, right, I just give you a rough sensing of what we are expecting over here, the Orie and Gem Residences. Okay, so you can see, so this one is the site plan for the Orie. So basically 2 blocks, then swimming pool in the middle here. So it's gonna be very similar, right, to what we have over here at Gem Residences. Okay, so now we look at Gem Residences, the site plan. Is also really very similar. It's like one full swimming pool, and then block 1 and block 3. But the main thing I want you to take note, right, basically this one is a multi-story car park. So some of the facilities, all these are on top, and then what we have below is multi-story car park lah. Yeah, so I think that's the main difference, because for the Orie itself, it's gonna be a basement car park project, so there will be a very big differentiation. Okay, so now back to the Orie, right? If you can see, it's also very similar. They have one full pool, and then tennis court, and then of course the other facilities. So the entrance to the Orie, right, it will be over here, whereas for Gem Residences is over here lah. Yeah, then if you compare like this, if you see, right, Brother MRT, right, the Orie is slightly nearer. So for those people that are very familiar with Gem Residences, you already know how far from Gem Residences you can walk to Brother MRT station. So of course the Orie will be slightly nearer lah. Okay, so right now, right, I'll be doing this layout comparison between the Orie versus Gem Residences. So for this one, I've already done up for my client, and I'm just gonna share it right now with you. So for them, they are looking for 1 bedroom. So for the Orie, it will be a 1+ study, and I just compare with the layouts that they have at Gem Residences, and then we just let you have a preview of what I actually can do for my client. So of course, for the different bedrooms, I've also done up the research, because I also preparing to meet a few more clients for the other bedrooms. So do feel free to reach out if you feel like this is something that will be helpful towards you, alright? Okay, so this is the Orie's 1+ study, okay, and it is 517 square feet. So this one, you have to take into account that this is a harmonized project. And over here, of course, I think 1 bedrooms, there's not much to talk about, other than I think they have a nice study area here lah. Then other than that, it's just one straight line. Yeah, so this is the 1 bedroom layout. Okay, so I think what's more important for the 1 bedroom, right, is to actually know the different facings. So you have one facing the north side, and then the other one facing the south side. So which one is better, which one will need to clear certain floor, this one I already covered in the front part of the video. So you will know which floor, right, you will clear the HDB blocks for the north and south orientation. So definitely I know the developer will be pricing higher for those. And actually, if you see on the site plan itself, right, so this one is the block, so this one is the 1 bedroom, and then the other 1 bedroom is over here. So what I like about these two blocks, right, if you compare to Gem Residences, actually Gem Residences, you see this block 3, right, is facing directly towards the junction. So for the Orie, for these two blocks, right, they don't have this like very huge problem of facing towards the junction area. It's like one is facing towards this side and the other one facing here. So it's just facing towards the HDB side. It'll be very similar, right, to what we have at block 1 for Gem Residences. So it won't be as noisy as the block 3 units here at the Gem Residences. So I think it's something that developer actually planned the site very well, such that they're able to put everything not at the junction here lah. Yeah, can you imagine? So actually they put the drop-off point, all this over here, to minimize the disruption and the noise towards the residence itself. And the setback will be further away lah from the junction area. Okay, so right now we look at the Gem Residences 1 bedroom floor plan. So Gem Residences, right, you see they have a 452 square feet unit. This is on stack 13. So it goes from 2nd floor all the way to 37th floor. And you can see over here, basically quite simple lah. It's just a dining area, right, combined with the kitchen. So I think what we have at the Orie is going to be slightly bigger, okay? And then living room area, balcony, master bedroom, master bath. And then we have the slightly bigger 484 square feet for the Gem Residences 1 bedroom unit, stack 1 and stack 9, okay? So over here we have the kitchen, which is the L shape, and then the dining, living. So this one I think is slightly not so efficient, because you see this walkway here is quite long, okay? And then you got the master room and the master bath. If you compare to this 452 unit, right, actually I would prefer the 452 unit over this 484, even though you're paying more for this. Yeah, so I think this is something for y'all to take note. Okay, so right now if we put all 3 of them side by side, right, actually if you realize these 2 units, of course they are more similar in the square feet, right, but because this is a 517 square feet and it's a harmonized project, we are actually looking close to maybe around the 550, 560 range. So this is something you all have to take note. This is actually not a very apple to apple comparison. And if you see over here, actually the one plus study, right, they also have this like long walkway area, but this doubles up as a kitchen. Okay, and over here they have the study. So here they have a proper living and dining area, and then the master bathroom, right, you can see actually it has a Jack and Jill door, so you can enter from the living room and the master room itself. So right, when you compare to the two units at Gem Residences, right, you can really see if the guests you invite over need to go to the bathroom, they actually have to enter the master bedroom in order to go to the bathroom. So same thing for this other unit, they have to go into the master room, then they can go to the bathroom. So definitely I think this one plus study has this slight advantage over the one bedrooms at Gem Residences. And of course, I think in terms of the layout is still quite similar. There's not much to play around for this particular one bedroom layout. Okay, so now we go on to the demographics of the buyers over here. So for Gem Residences, right, you can see it's a RCR project, TOP 2019. The land size will be 130,000 square feet. So this is definitely a little bit smaller than the Orie. So if you compare based on the land size itself, right, I'm quite sure the Orie will have a much better landscaping to building ratio. Okay, so it means the building might be further apart, there will be more facilities, more land allocated for landscaping, and on top of that, right, you must remember that they have a multi-story car park. So I think part of the development, they are already not able to do like a longer pool or more facilities, etc., because they have to put it upstairs. So it does limit the amount of facilities you have at one floor plate. But if you look at the Orie, definitely they have the basement car park, so it will be one full plate. This is similar to like you compare Tembusu Grand versus Emerald of Katong itself. So over here you can see 80% Singaporeans, quite healthy. And then HDB, okay, so we are looking at 60% of the buyers over here, their actually past address is HDB. So means what it means, there is a very strong HDB upgrader market over here. So I think today, if you are looking to invest or even purchase in this area, definitely a lot of these buyers will be coming from the $1 million HDBs, the DBSS, all these. So they already cash out from this particular asset and they want to buy a private condominium. So for Toa Payoh and Braddell area, there is limited plots. So we can see here is quite a strong HDB upgrader market. Okay, so now we look at the supply and demand for this Braddell Toa Payoh area. So for Gem Residences, right, we can look at Property Guru. There's only 6 units available for sale, and one of them is duplicate. So right now I go and dig up all the units there, right? So you see, these are all the asking price is live lah. It's 880 for 452, 988 for 452, 484 square feet 988k, 885k 452, 950k and 484. So you can see the units here, they are already asking in the 1.9k PSF to even 2k PSF range. And if you ask me, actually this is a very low supply in the resale market because you are only looking at 5 out of 109 units on sale. So definitely I think it's quite a healthy ratio. Okay, so now we look at the price and rental transactions for Gem Residences 1 bedroom. Okay, so you can see over here, actually for the past 2 years, this is the recent transactions for the 1 bedroom at Gem Residences. So you can see here, actually these are all in 2023. So what happened in 2024? Basically nobody buy and we only have these remaining 5 units over there. So you can see, right, for the whole 2023, there is only 5 units being sold. So if you compare this to the remaining supply we have at Gem Residences that is on Property Guru right now, actually it does match up. So it means that these units that's on the market, they will probably take maybe 1 more year to sell off. And why there hasn't been any movement in 2024, my guess is that the buyers are actually looking for the Orie already because they knew that the land was already bidded out. So maybe people are just waiting to see how much the Orie is launching it, and then they'll make their decision from there lah. And you can see over here, actually the transactions are pretty healthy. We're looking at between 1,008, 1,009 PSF being transacted, and I just take an average about $900,000 transacted. So this one will help us with the calculation later on. Okay, so for the 1 bedroom transactions at Gem Residences, right, for the rental, we are looking at also in the 2.9k to 3,000 plus range. So I'm looking at average of about $3,000 $3,000 rent per month lah. Okay, so and the rental transactions are quite healthy. You see, October we have 4 transactions, September we have 4. So the rental demand here is definitely very high one. And I did a rough calculation, right? So the rental yield over here, we're looking at about 4% rental yield. Yeah, so I think this one is quite a good investment for rental yield also. Okay, so right now I'll be doing a price comparison, right, for the Gem Residences 1 bedroom versus the Orie smallest 1 plus study. Okay, so for here you see, right, the 452 square feet one, we are already looking at about 860k, 484 about 950k, and then we have the Orie, right, because it's a 1 plus study, it's slightly bigger unit, and assuming at $2,700 per square feet, right, we'll be looking almost 1.4 million. So this will be about a 400k gap. So I found like this one is a bit unrealistic measurement because of course the unit size is not even similar. So what I go and dig out, right, was actually the 2 bed 1 bath at Gem Residences. So this one is a 570 square feet and is looking at 1.1 million, 1928 PSF. Okay, so this one will be more comparable to this 517 square feet harmonized unit at the Orie 1 plus study. So this one assuming 2.7k PSF is about 1.4 million. So this one the gap will be around 300k gap. Okay, so now, right, if we look at the layout, so here at least they got a 2nd bedroom, but they still only have 1 toilet now. For the Orie, right, at least here they still have the Jack and Jill bathroom, and then they got a study here. So it's gonna be quite subjective of which one is a better buy. So is it really worth it to pay the 300k above the 2 bed 1 bath and at the Orie? So this one later I will do analysis for you all to see based on the price. But I think just for here the sake of comparing between the similar sizes, this is what I can dig out and Gem Residences for 2 bed 1 bath versus 1 plus study at the Orie. Okay, so now we look at the District 12 1 bedroom analysis. So I think this one will be quite helpful because I think some people, my clients ask me, 1 bedroom can buy man, 1 bedroom can make money man. So I think this will be very helpful for those that is wondering if a particular unit type can actually make money in that district itself. Okay, so based on my charts, okay, so just don't mind the graph below because it's a bit messy. Main thing I want you to take note for the past 10 years. So District 12, right, for the entire resale market, we are looking at a 34% capital appreciation, and for District 12 1 bedroom, we are looking at 31% in capital gains. So I think for 1 bedroom versus the resale market over there, right, it never lagged behind too much. We are looking at almost a 3% gap only. And I think if you compare the capital outlay for 1 bedder, if it's able to match what we have for the resale market at D12 for the different bedroom types, right, I think buying 1 bedroom does make sense because it can still keep up. But of course, how much you earn is a whole different ballgame because your capital outlay is a lot lower. So what I'm saying here is that actually 1 bedroom for D12, it is still quite profitable because we are looking at about 31% in terms of capital gains over the past 10 years. So I think the charts here are quite interesting because this is for the 1 bedders. I have also done for the 2 bedders, 3 bedders, 4 bedders, and 5 bedders. And I think one interesting thing is that all of the different bedrooms, there is different result one. So it's not all will make more money. Okay, so some of them actually make less than its particular other bedroom sizes, and you'll be surprised on the performances for the dual key units over here. Yeah, so I think that one is something that if you want to find out more, you can feel free to reach out and I'll share with you lah. So for now, I'll just keep it to the 1 bedroom over here. Yeah, if you want to find out the rest, you can let me know. Okay, so now I will do the 1 bedroom comparisons, right, for the 2 nearest projects around the Orie. Okay, so over here, you see, I projected the Orie to maybe TOP in 2029, PSF maybe about 2.7k, Gem Residences TOP 2019 and looking at max PSF of 1961. And then Travista TOP 2011, max PSF of 1566. So the gap analysis, I'll be using this Travista to Gem Residences as a good gauge. And do bear in mind that these are all the 1 bedroom PSF. If you want for 2 bedroom, 3 bedroom and 4 bedroom, the numbers will be different, okay? So I think for now, just bear in mind that this is a 1 bedroom comparison. So you see 8-year gap, right, will result in a 395 PSF gap. So the gap per year is about $49 PSF. And then now if we look at the Orie versus Gem residences, we are looking at a 10-year gap. So it's quite similar to how the Gem residences is to Trevista, because that one is 8 years and this is 10 years. So now if we base on $2,700 per square feet, right, we'll be looking at about $73 per square feet now. So of course, if you are entering about 2007 PSF, maybe it's on the slightly higher end. Of course, if you can get it slightly lower, basically the gap, if it's closer to what we have over here for Trevista versus Gem residences, I think you'll get a better deal lah. But do bear in mind that we have to compare to Trump Park also, which is only like a couple of MRT stops away and it's very nearby if you see based on the map itself. So for Trump Park, you already know how much the one beders are transacting at, right? Does $2,700 per square feet sound very impossible? I don't think it is that impossible, and you already know Trump Park, they have over 70+% sold. So if today, right, if you feel like, oh wow, if I done this math already and I feel like maybe the PSF gap is a bit too high, the market will actually accept this gap one, because if Trump Park already can 2.5, 2.6 PSF for the one bedder, some even 2.7 does the Orie actually look that expensive right now? Okay, so right now we will look at the Gem residences, right, profit analysis for the one bedders. Okay, so for one bedroom, this is the Gem residences site plan. One bedroom stacks, we have stack 1, 9 and 13, which is over here 1, 9 and 13. Okay, so right now we will just dive deep into these particular transactions that I'm comparing. So my comparison usually is in the same time period, and I'll try my best to get the same sizes, okay? So for here, right, you can see this 1801, right, 484 square feet, they bought 27 May 2016, okay? They bought about 700K, and then they sold in 5th of January 2022, and then they sold at 805K. So now, you see this stack one is very good facing, pool facing one. Now we have this 3509, right, same size, bought same day, is about 18K more, okay, than this 18th floor unit. But then you see, they are sold almost 20 days later and they are able to call for 60K more. So what does this tell you? Actually, this tells me that the supply here is very limited, as you can see based on the number of units available, right? It means that the owners here are able to call for a certain pricing. You cannot tell me that just from a 20-day gap, right, the worst facing unit, of course it's a very high floor unit, but it's still facing towards the road junction. The worst facing unit was still able to call for almost 60K higher premium. So one thing is definitely the supply here is quite low. So the owners especially if you know that you are a high floor unit, you should be able to command a very good premium one. Okay, so you see my conclusion is same month, worst facing, but it's a high floor unit, still achieve 60K higher than a better facing mid floor unit. So means if today you're going for one bedders at the Orie, try to go for as high as possible, as long as the premium is not too much, because we already can see in the resale market, right, it has the ability to call for much higher pricing. But of course, if it's a 60K gap difference, the cheaper unit on the mid floor will still go first. But if there is no more available options, people will still pay higher and 60K more for almost 18 floors difference, right? And it resulted in about 40K more profits, even though you are paying more at the launch day itself. So this one is just something that for y'all to take note for this one bedder, if you're comparing a mid floor versus a high floor worst facing unit. Okay, so right now we have this second case study for the one bedders. You can see 09-01, 452 square feet, bought on the launch day, okay, 27 May 2016, 685K. And then now we have 22nd of July 2021, they sold at 800K, okay. So it's quite a decent amount of profits. Swimming pool facing about the 9th floor, low to mid floor. And then we have 20th floor, 20-13, which is over here, facing towards the multi-story car park, but of course clear the car park. Okay, so 452 square feet, same, also bought around the launch day, 663K, and then they sold in 23rd of July 2021. So over here, right, you can see actually the 09-01, right, they sold faster than this higher floor but worse facing. So I think if in the resale market, of course they are putting around the same price, I guess people will still prefer a pool facing unit over the multi-story car park unit. But do bear in mind that actually, if, if I'm the buyer lah, I think 20-13 makes more sense, but it appears in the resale market, people prefer a pool facing lower floor unit lah, considering that it sold one day earlier and it's the same price. So if today you facing Orie, right, then you're not sure whether you want to get a pool facing or the road facing unit, and then both are different floors, and I guess you can use this case study to make your decision. Okay, so although I've concluded that the multi-story car park facing is not as ideal, it still sold one day later in the resale market. Okay, and it almost entered 23k cheaper than the lower floor unit. So you can see over here, actually they still buy cheaper. So stack 13, right, even though it got sold later on, it still make more profits. So in my conclusion, just try to get the higher floor unit rather than paying the premium for the pool facing one. So this one will help you in your exit market lah. Yeah, even though you sell one day later, but you still make more money. So don't try not to overpay for the premium for facing the pool, because I think what happened was, you see right, they bought on 26th of May for the 20-13 and then 27th of May. So very likely this bought post-launch already. So that's why the developer maybe increased price, all that. Yeah, so but what we can see here is the higher floor unit still make more money because they enter at a lower price quantum. So for those people that are telling me, oh wow, if you're facing road lah, won't be as profitable lah. This one right, you see, you pay a higher price for the pool facing unit, you still sell the same price for versus a higher floor unit, not as ideal facing. So I think right now you need to determine which is your priority. Is it pool facing or is it profits? Okay, so over here we have the third case study. I think this one was one of the more interesting ones. Okay, so you see unit number 1009, 484 square feet. They bought on the same day, 27th of May 2016, 682k, and then they sold May 17, 2021 at 800k. Okay, so this is now facing towards the junction. Well, whereas over here, 32-13, not so good facing towards the multi-story car park, but it is very high floor. So almost very similar pricing, only 1k difference. So if today, right, if you are faced with a high floor unit at the Orie versus a not so good facing road facing unit, right, but it's slightly bigger, which one will you go for? So from my data, it's very clear, even if the unit is smaller, go for the higher one, because I think 20 floors higher, the view is going to be a lot of difference. And I think this is partially why the 32-13 unit, even though it's a smaller unit, even though they pay for much higher PSF, they actually profited more than the bigger unit that is facing worse. I think this one is a bit unique because I think the view will be drastically different, right, from like 20th floor onwards already. Yeah, and not many developments have up to 40th floor one. So you see over here, 24th of May 2021. So it's about 7 days difference, right? And then the profit margin, we are looking at extra 18k. Yeah, so 32, you see, right, my conclusion over here, stack 32, paid much higher PSF, but still gain higher profits than a stack 9 lower floor unit. So in conclusion is, if you're able to go for a higher floor at the Orie, right, try to go for higher floor, but this is only for 1 bedroom data lah. If it's the 2 bedroom, 3 bedroom, it might differ accordingly. So over here is just a rough reference for you guys. Okay, so right now we have the fourth case study. Okay, so over here we have 37-1, so definitely one of the best views really. 27 May 2016, 484 square feet unit, and they purchased at 733k. So definitely this is quite a high purchase price already. And then 14th of February 2023, they were able to sell at 950k. So when we compare to the unit that sold in the same period, so this one is 10th of February 2023. So this unit, right, 24th floor facing car park side, of course clear car park already, 484 square feet, exactly the same, bought around 697k. So this actually is still buying almost 30k cheaper than this 3701. So I think it's quite a reasonable purchase considering it's about 10 plus floor difference. And then they sold at 850k. So what was very surprising to me was the difference in the profits. It's about almost 100k price gap for a 30k top up for the height. So really in my conclusion, right, the supply here, even for the one bedder, is low enough to command a very strong pricing. So limited high floor units is able to call almost 100k higher, right, in just 4 days. Okay, the transaction gap is just 4 days. So really, if you have a one bedder over here and you just want to buy for flipping, right, try to go for as high as possible. So you see, right now my strategy is to study gem residences to find out what is happening in the resale market for the different bedroom types. But over here is a one bedroom case study lah. Then we will make our decision for the Orie, so we know how to position ourselves for the 1+ study, which one to buy. Should I buy a high floor unit or low floor unit if I actually looking at the same price or even different size of this? And then another thing is, if you want to buy towards the road facing, is it more worth it, or is it the pool facing, the other side, the north-south facing? Does not having the multi-story car park actually affect all these numbers? And for the different bedroom types, is it all the same? Is higher floor better for the 3 bedroom, 4 bedroom, 5 bedroom? So all this, I already have the data available to make the most informed decision you can have for the Orie itself. So I do and dig out, right, the master plan for this Bradder area, Lorong 1, Toa Payoh area, right. Actually, you can see most of the land is already all taken up or slated as residential already. And if you recall, right, based on the previous map, this one was actually like an old police station. Then they GLS it, they bought it over now. So if you look at the Toa Payoh land, right, there's actually not much empty plots of land. So here is really a very limited supply area. So definitely, I think a lot of people are eyeing in this particular Toa Payoh plot. So the demand here, I'm quite certain the demand here will be much more than the supply that is available over here. Okay, so I hope you guys have found my data and analysis useful for you. If you found that I've added value to you, taught you something new, please leave me a like and subscribe, alright? It will help me a lot. Appreciate it very much. Okay, so right now, if you are looking forward to the preview, which is happening next year, January, either 3rd January or 10th January, do feel free to reach out to me, okay? Because I'll be doing this project and a few more others. But for this one, right, I've already prepared for the 2 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms, 4 bedrooms, and 5 bedrooms. And I can't wait to share them with you. And I look forward to working with you, alright? Okay, cheers everyone. Bye.